Hey, it's AstroNerdBoy, and it is time for Week 27 roster review.
And now for something completely different.
Well, sort of, kind of, I guess. We're up to 3.8 million in total collection power. Last week, we were at about 3.7. So it's not been a huge heavy growth. There's a reason for that. I just have not been, other than it's a little bit of ISO 8 and a little bit of some characters growing slightly. I just haven't had the resources to do a lot, and I've been doing a lot of farming for bio stuff. But if we look over here, I did go ahead and characters that I'm using in the arena, like Hela, I did go ahead and put them up to tier 4 on ISO 8. Still need to get Carnage up there. I do use him on my arena offense at least. But I've got Symbiote Spider-Man up there. I need to put Minerva up there. I got Ultron up there. I got Thanos up there. And the other thing is, these are going to be my Dark Dimension, well, not Thanos, but Dark Dimension 3 characters, so having more ISO 8 definitely helps. And of course, there's my big mistake. Yes, it's a big, huge double whammy. Price is Right failure. Hey, he goes, how's it going? Anyway, so yeah, I meant just to put level 1 ISO 8 on her. I was so excited when I got her unlocked last week that I had all these were at 3, just ready to just slot in. I just slot. And then when I hit upgrade, I was like, uh-oh, I have just totally screwed up. Hello, Ochan. Hello, everyone.
What's up, Doc?
So we're reviewing roster here. Anyway, so I'm stuck. I'm literally stuck with her being here. It totally bites. But, you know, we'll take the extra stats, even though she doesn't get the ISO 8 bonuses in her Dark Phoenix mode. But that aside, where are we at as far as farming characters? We're still star farming Hela. It's going to go on for a while to get her to 7 stars. We're still star farming Loki to get him to 7 stars, and we're still star farming Sif to get her to 7 stars, and all for that delicious Black Bolt that's sitting in the wings waiting to be unlocked. So Carnage, I'm not star farming him. It's just basically trying to get his last piece for Gear 14. And if we look, what are we missing here? So we're missing these pieces, and they just haven't been falling lately. So it is what it is. This is a game of resource management, and sometimes you just gotta wait or wail out, and I just don't want to wail out. So, but the work, I put Phoenix on the priority as far as spending my limited amount of gold. So we'll keep slowly leveling her up to 75, and then we'll work on Colossus after that to 75. And then for Crystal, I'm just going to keep star farming her for 6, and then I'll take her out of the rotation. The only reason I have Miss Marvel in here is just because it's just real easy for me to go in here and, hey, look, I need to farm these and just go out and, you know, burn off some energy on these, especially these ISO nodes, mainly because of the currency that you need to farm. But also, while I'm thinking about it, yeah, the rare advanced phosphates, which I know is blocked behind my avatar there, but I've managed to farm up to 238. But while that seems like a lot, we all know that characters could blow through that real quickly. So that's the reason she's still in here, and we're about 5 shards short of getting Karnak to 5 stars. Now, one thing I've heard is that the Ebony Maw event to unlock him is kind of difficult, so I may end up rotating all the Inhumans back into my deal. They're all at gear 10 right now. I may end up putting them all up to gear 12 because I just hear that the fight is fairly challenging. Of course, you'll have Black Bolt as well, and I'll have Black Bolt at least 6 stars. So I mean, and 6 red stars at that. So he may be able to carry me, but well, we'll see. But just to play it safe, I'll probably gear up the rest of the Inhumans to 12, and that doesn't hurt either, especially for Blitz and War. And then what else have I done? Not really a whole lot. I've got a lot of characters. You see, resource management. This is terrible. I mean, I want to put Miles Spider-Man up to 7 stars, but that's 500,000 gold, and you know, I just got to hold off. It sucks. The only reason I went ahead and did Thor and other ones that I've done is just because there's a more immediate need to get them there versus Miles, which, you know, there's no pressing need to get him there. It's more of a want. But I have put a lot of ISO 8, at least level 1, on characters. I kind of stopped working on that a bit. I mean, I've gone pretty far down in my roster, so it's not like I totally abandoned it, but a lot more characters need some, at least some level 1 ISO 8 love. But mainly I've been farming the ISO 8 currency for that store. So that's where we're at there. Let's go into the Blitz mode so we can look at the old roster lineups. So no change there, no work being done. There should be no change here or here. No change on that team either for Red Skull. Should be no change on the Rubbish team. And I had Nobu here last week, I believe, that I had rotated him into this team. And it works. Actually, it works a little bit better with Nobu in the lineup. But that's it, you know. I would like to get him up to 6 stars just so that when you get to their event that drops, you can get more loot from it. But man, I just hate wasting the resources on them. Now, the Supernatural team, you'll notice, has moved up the ladder, and it's a more balanced team now because everyone's up to gear 9 or 10. I think it's 10. I think everyone's at gear 10 now. So it definitely helps be a more balanced lineup, and it just helps give me a more stable team for blitzing and in war. Not that it can do much, but if we're up against someone we can actually beat, you know, it does help. No change on the Mercs or on the old AIM team. No real change here either, sadly. But there will be as soon as Karnak gets his next star. That may or may not push them ahead of Defenders here. And no change on Defenders. Now, of course, the X-Men are rapidly rising. Now, I have Psylocke in the team instead of Storm, just for blitz purposes. But if I'm doing something else like a raid, you know, well, actually, to be honest, I kind of leave her in and just don't. She doesn't go into Dark Phoenix mode in the 1 Gamma or whatever raid we're doing. One of the Greek raids, whichever one we're at now, where it requires X-Men. But the team does need some power balancing. They need to be geared up to 12. That will happen. It's just a matter of resource management. No change on Sinister Six. No change on the old school Avengers. No change on this Rubbish team. Oh, well, you know what? Actually, there is a change. Ultron got to gear 14. That was something that happened, finally. So, gear 14 Ultron is just amazing stuff. No change on Guardians, Asgardians. No change on the old Spider team. You know, just looking to get him to gear 14. And then I'd like to put him to gear 13, but I need to kind of sort of save pieces. We've got Scream in the works. We've got Anti-Venom. You know, these two will get kicked off. Then I'll have to look at building a Young Avengers team for him. I don't know where I'll put Spider-Man. And then this kind of weird Kree hybrid team. No change here, really. Although I have one of the requirements is to do some hero nodes. This is for your dailies. So I've actually been farming her since she's in a hero node right now, just to see, you know, how many stars I can get, or how many shards I can get before we get her. If we can get her to 6 stars. So these two teams are just, they're just saved for whatever reason. This is the old BKT. And sometimes I will use this in raids, but actually I've been using Carnage instead of Thanos. The only downside is, without Thanos, Hela and Minerva don't get all that lovely extra energy. So their ultimates just take a long time to go off. But that is about it. So a lot of good work being done. One of the things I noticed, like if we go into raids real quick here and stop selling to sell me stuff. But, you know, for example, you know, I'm number 1 right now in our leaderboard for U 7.0. So, and granted, we're in a casual but active guild, but still, or alliance. But it just amazes me to think this is as far up as I can get. This is my lane right here. We go through, and basically, I just take the that team that you saw earlier. Basically, my raid team, on my arena team. And I use it to roam up 7.0. Once it starts loading, there we go. And this team works quite well. In arena, you know, Minerva is not really as helpful, other than to drop some extra bleeds, or if we get some bad RNG to resurrect somebody. She's more there as an insurance policy, but you know, these three have self-sustain, and you know, he's got his own resurrection, and one of his bots can heal him, so he's kind of got a self-sustained as well. So it's not like the team needs an extra hand at sustaining, but I still like to keep her in there just because maybe you need a free resurrection or some extra bleeds, either or. But it's kind of fun. I've been staying below 700 usually, although it's kind of hard finding fights that I can actually win, as Black Bolt is, you know, Black Bolt will waste me if I don't play it just right. And you know, the punch up against this not really happening. Even this, there's just too much, you know, with Mr. Sinister being able to clone, and old Ebony Maw doing his wacky stuff. But it is what it is. So, but you know, I'm not displeased. There hasn't been as much power growth this week, but at the same time, you know, I am kind of sort of making progress in my own way, and I can feel it in blitzes, I can feel it in war, I can feel it in the raids. So, and sometimes that's all that matters. So, but anyway, hope you liked the video. If you did, give me a like, and feel free to subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. And there's also my anime and manga blog at anime.AstroNerdBoy.com. All right, we'll have an orb video later on. Until then, you have a good one.